when the decorating crew was setting up for Christmas, I stopped in, and they did a great job, didn't they? They really did. But they were setting up the three kings, and they said, "Father, do you know who those kings are? Which ones are which?" And I said, I don't. I know their names, but I wasn't sure, so I looked them up this past time, and I've done it many times, but I can't seem to get it down. Casper is the old one, and that's how they label him, as the old one. Wait till you hear and find out what tradition says how old he is. Melchior, the middle-aged one, and he has the frankincense. And Balthasar, the darker-skinned one, he has the myrrh. So Casper, Melchior, Balthasar, all from different areas. And it's interesting to read about that, where they came from and where they, according to traditions. And, they represent all people, right? Of all ethnic backgrounds and all ages. But according to traditions, you know how old they are supposed to be? 60, 40, and 20. And Casper, 60, is labeled as the old man. I'm thinking, yikes. We laugh, middle-aged people. 40s are way behind me, but 40 is considered middle age according to the kings. They, of course, brought 3 gifts. And those 3 gifts, of course, were common, given to royalty. And really, they represent some beautiful things. Gold represents virtue. In a particular way, purity. Frankincense represents, as it rises, it represents our prayers, rising to the heavens. And myrrh represents the suffering in life. All those 3 elements should be part of our lives, right? All 3 of them. They traveled a long distance, and if you ever read about them, that it came from the Middle East and around that area. Travel was difficult back then. It would have been done on camels, so it was extremely hard. I'm sure there was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt. Yet they did an amazing thing. They continued to persevere because they knew what they were pursuing had great value. They knew what they were pursuing had great value. There was a priest from Boston, and he had a good priest friend that was in Washington, D.C., and he took the train down, then he jumped on the subway to get into the actual center city where the parish was, where the priest was living. And he got off at the wrong subway stop. And he thought, well, you know what, I'll walk. He said, I think I know where I'm going. I'll walk to where my friend's parish is. And he had his collar on. And he was walking, and there was somebody following him. And so he, of course, at the corner of his eye, saw it was a man. So he's walking faster. And, as he's walking faster, the man following him is walking faster. And finally, they came to a busy street, and he had to stop for the light to change. And the man went up to him and said, Father, I don't know where you're going, but I can assure you, you're going in the wrong way. You're headed into Washington, that's the worst section of Washington, and putting your life at risk. He said, I suggest to you that you turn around and come back where you came from. And they talked a little bit. He got him straightened out, and in fact, he was going in the wrong direction. But he said, I felt so disorientated. He said, I wasn't sure where I was at. And he said, my initial first reaction when I saw how disoriented I was like, the heck with this, I'll just head back to Boston. And he said, that's how life affects us. We run into challenges or adversity in life, sickness, financial difficulties, whatever. And we're tempted to just give up. What did the wise men do? They kept following the star, didn't they? They kept following the star. It kept them going. On the coast of England, there's a stone church. It's a small little parish, but the church is very, very old. one of these stone little buildings, and a hurricane came and didn't completely destroy it, but it was logged with water. There was heavy roof damage, and just the structure of it was very much compromised. And they thought to themselves, they don't know if they can really afford to rebuild that with the old structures in place, so they were going to go farther inland and build something not as expensive. And the government of England stepped in, and especially the military part. They said, no, we'll pay for a good portion of the church. They said, because the spiral is on our charts and our maps. And the light that's on your steeple is a landmark for our ships and guides them on the right course. And isn't that what the church does, my friends? It guides us in the right course. What we're doing here has great value in our lives. And this church keeps our lives going in a direction that we need to be going. May we always stay close to the church, my friends, and the direction that it gives us. God bless you.